to be in. If you lose the game, you're 3-2, or you're essentially 4-1. Like 4-1 is so much better than 3-2. Obviously, it sounds better, it looks better, and it puts you in such a much better spot. So a very, very important game, and it's likely to be very tense, I think, as well, especially in the early stages. And, you know, I think I've been wrong on every prediction I've made today in regards to round counts and how far the games are going to go. Right. But, you know what, I'm going to just do another one and see if I can get this one wrong as well. I'm going to go with Havik Esports, and I will have them winning 16-13. I think it's going to be a real test of who has the better T side. I think CT side is going to be good for both teams. It's all about what team can pick up the most rounds on T side.
Yeah, I think that, you know, Havik are definitely in the advantage position here, and I definitely think that they have much more to fall back on when things start to go wrong than Recognised Talent do. I'm pretty sure Recognised Talent, although some of them have experience together beforehand, I believe it is a mixed team for the event, so therefore, you know, the preparation to fall back on, maybe, you know, they've spent a few weeks scrimming in, you know, prior to the event, and they have some stuff laid out. However, Havik, they've been a team now for the best part of 6 months, I think. Therefore, you know, the preparation on Nuke especially, where if you leave any little gaps on Nuke, as we were talking about earlier, then this can lead to real problems for your teammates if you don't communicate these things properly on your rotations. So.
Am I right in thinking Havik are from Iceland? Is that right?
No.
Who's the Icelandic team here?
Dusty is the Icelandic
that's right.
team.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so Havik is a British team, and they've got one of my ex-teammates, in fact, Fizzy. He is an absolute aim god. Believe me, that kid can clutch. But on the other side, the only name I recognise for the other team is Stakes, and I know for a fact that he's got some good aim as well. So I think it's definitely going to be...
So you think those two players are going to be the players to watch in this one?
Definitely the standout players, I think, yeah.
So there you go, Observer. Keep an eye on that one. There's your little hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But, yeah, I think... Do you think the match could come down to, you know, in regards to that matchup, like whoever's going to win that matchup, do you think they'll be the ones coming out on top in this game, or do you think it's going to be more of an overall team performance?
Yeah, I don't think... To be honest with you, I think Fizzy, you know, he's an incredible player, but he's not a hard carry, you know, and I think it's definitely going to be a team effort from Havik. On the other side, because they're a team with less preparation on recognised talents, I think it's going to come down to the massive individual performances to win these clutch rounds, I see what you're saying. And in regards to Nuke, you know, so many iconic plays have happened on Nuke. One of the most iconic plays made by a very famous team that ended up winning a clutch with having no players alive. Do you remember that, old chestnut? Oh, I do seem to remember that. Yeah, yes. Unfortunate. That happened again recently, actually, after G2 did it a couple of years ago.
Oh, we've even got an emoji on the HUD. What's this?
Lial the avocado. And we're getting into the pistol round here. Recognised talent on the T side. It seems Havik won the knife round, and they've gone for the TC side. Mods with 2-3 quick kills outside. 4! Incredible shot onto Lyle, leaving just C60 now inside, and Fizzy's dealt with him. Wow, what a start to this game, Moz. Incredible 4K.
And I can't believe we didn't get a shout from Moz. I think I made the loudest shout in the venue. Oh my goodness, what some nice one.
That was a hell of a flick, that last one, wasn't
it? Well done to Observer for catching that one. That was beautiful. Stick that in the highlight reel for Moz's gameplay.
Yeah, there's some confidence for you early on in this map. Now, boys on recognised talent, just on the Glocks. They haven't invested a single dime into this round, not a P250 at all, not even a flashbang. So I think what they're trying to do here is force the utility.
Look how scared recognised talent are to push outside now. They do not want to go anywhere near Moz's crosshair.
Not at all.
It looks like Lyle's going to actually tickle with it.
Yeah.
Maybe just peer an avocado in his hand and shove it over the top of the vent or something. I don't know. But Bess, hearing these shots as the hole will be opened in the door, and that's going to give both teams a bit of vision. Moz, yep, he's seen the player, he's seen the head. Synergy's now going to have to try and get something out of it. But it ends up seeing Yon actually being disconnected from the rest of his team whilst they're left on the other side of the Molotov. And a slow round out of recognised talent, and if anything, it's actually playing in the favour of Havik.
Yeah, I think the idea behind this slow round here from recognised talent was just so they could burn a little bit of CT utility out And in fact, they potentially didn't get as much out of them as they'd like. But anyway, here comes the gun round regardless. We've got three MP9s on Havik's side here, so a bonus round coming in.
And it could work in Recognised Talent's favour here, right? They don't get Fizzy, Synergy or Best off their MP9s. So this round, you know, they'll be playing against him with AKs, whereas if they killed him in the last round and still lost the round, then weapons are going to be upgraded. And they could be even more likely going 3-0 down.
Yeah, definitely. Early nade towards the door. That's by the T side just to blow it off and have a little look through. But we've got a double ramp set up here with the AWP and rifle. Doesn't look like they're going to progress past these initial angles for now. However, as time progresses, we may see them creep forward. Here we go. Synergy having a little look around now into the trophy room. And WFN decides to fall off of the lobby angle. There are plenty of players there. Had he waited 10 more seconds, maybe someone would have walked into his line. With some later outside smokes now.
Sorry, I thought Ronaldo just entered the building because the amount of soos I just heard was off the charts.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
Something's happened
soos.
somewhere. But right now, something's about to happen on C60's screen as it looked like a player was going to push through trophy, but Moz behind the smoking garage. It's not a perfect smoke as there is a tiny gap to the right and to the left. Moz doesn't spot the feet of Lyle and it's going to be garage taken and controlled. The Recognised Talent by Go Synergy.
Yeah. Now, first time Recognised Talent has had the advantage and it's the first gun round for them, so...
And there you go, those MP9s being caught out.
Yeah.
By those AKs, like I mentioned earlier on in the round, bomb's going to go down WFN. That we saw earlier on in the first game today with some fabulous plays out of that AWP on the overpass. Can he make any more happen this time round? It doesn't look like he's interested in doing it in this round.
No.
He wants to keep that AWP up, obviously, against 4. Well of a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
borderline
absolutely.
Everest.
Well, the thing is, right, he keeps the AWP up and then the rest of his team will be able to rebuy because of the fact that they had the bonus, so they didn't spend too much cash.
And if that AWP is to drop, you know, he wouldn't even be able to have a full buy himself next round despite all of his teammates being able to, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Needs to stay alive here, and he will do just that. He's got around, what's that? He's got around 6k worth of items on his back there, so definitely valuable to keep him alive. And now the rebuy comes out. 4 M4s for the side of Havik. And the saved AWP. And now Recognised Talent. Looking to go 2 for 2 here on gun rounds.
Yeah, and it's early on. But Recognised Talent, this is the first little window for them to really try and strike Havik where it hurts. Because the money is not great, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen for Havik. Siren right there.
Yeah.
Has made things work. First kill going the way of Recognised Talent, 4 versus 5. As you can see at the top of your screen, use the HUD to your full advantage, not just as a caster, but as a spectator as well. And that's a shout out to all the people behind the scenes at Epic Land, blessing us with a beautiful HUD for EPIC35.
It is a beautiful HUD, isn't it? It looks incredible. It looks like some sort of ESL HUD or something.
Top of the range, and right now...
He's even got separate layers there.
Moz. He's trying to push outside, 1-for-1 overall. Whilst Bez is staying true, holding the angle on Squeaky. But C60, he's been playing there pretty much the whole round. He even did it last round. Just waiting for a push to come in, but Havik, I think they know how slow Recognised Talent are playing. A Synergy once again in a 1-for-1, but that's only going to favour the team with a man advantage. Fizzy and his teammate Bess are having to drop down towards the B site now, and this is going to be an awkward one to retake. Bess is the one with a hit. He will drop, and Fizzy will eventually be traded out. 2-2, we are tied up.
Yeah, a close round there, in fairness. It's come down to the 1v1 trade between C60 and Fizzy. C60 able to get it done, though. And at this point, Havik, they are put on the back foot. Their money is not great at all. They're going to have to save this one here and buy up in the next. Looks like they've called a pause to discuss their options here, potentially. Oh, it's a tech pause, sorry, excuse me. Therefore, we may be waiting a little bit longer than expected. However, on the side of Havik, You know, they would have been on a low buy round here anyway, so the discussion is not that important at this time for what you will do with this round. The discussion will be about what we're doing with next round, you know.
Yep, and hopefully those tech pauses are fixed. Oh, they are fixed.
Indeed.
As we are underway. Hopefully it was just a bit of a, you know, turn it off or turn it back on or unplug and re-plug in. Maybe it was a mouse issue. Who knows? I'm not going to speculate, but what I am going to say is recognised talent should be taking their first lead of the match. If you consider the buy from Havik and you consider the MAC-10 staring them down, as it will eventually find its mark.
That was the widest swing I've ever seen.
It was. Moz now with a P250. We see magic happen with a P250 today on Nuke. Not going to happen this round. Siren will find Moz and
busy wall hacking as per. Just staring at the sound cues. And it looks like, yeah, they're well prepared for his position. So, as expected, nothing to report for Havik in that round. They did get one kill. So that's, I suppose, not nothing. It's going to force a rebuy on one player from recognised talent. They do want to keep the money under control. And C60 has already got 10k in his back pocket. So that's not going so well so far for Havik.
No, and what gets even more awkward for Havik here is, yes, it's a buy, but not a single player with full utility, and that's going to be a problem. WFN, yes, with the AWP. Glass cannon as well. Ooh. And Moz has eaten a headshot, and they're going to hear that dink as well. Luckily for him, it was through the door. So he's going to be left with a little bit of HP. But it's not going to be going in his favour, no matter what happens from here on out. Siren holding squeaky door. Flashbang will come out, but the Molotov's going to come just in time to protect him whilst he has no vision.
They're not looking his way, but Bez is able to adjust quickly onto him. Is this going to spur the rest of recognised talent on to this A commitment? It looks like it will be. This is a Molotov towards the back of the bomb site. And in comes the hit. Excuse me, that was to the top of the hut, but it missed. Fizzy in a great position as a result. And able to get 2 kills for his troubles. Just C60 now left. And they've spotted him out as well. Player behind him, which he's not ready for at all. Oh, excuse me. He's going to have a little look, but Moz is sitting tight.
There's no way he checks Moz here, right? Absolutely no way. He's too busy focused on what's going on. Oh, tell you what, I'm apologising. C60 does check Moz, but it's only a small W for him because Havik get the big one. 3-3, your scoreline, and a sigh of relief probably comes out the Havik players' mouths because, like I said, money was not great for them. They did lose a few players. They still can't afford full utility on every single player, Synergy and WFN, those players being without that full utility. But it is full utility on most of the players as they look to try and recoup some of the lost rounds. As we are tied up once more. Siren looking to Molotov, and that will land, if I remember my lineups correctly, that will land on top of the hut. So that's going to force top of the hut player to be moved. Bess, there it is, having to adjust his position, but right now recognised talent are not interested in A, they're interested in B, and they're going to be heading straight down the B ramp. And Moz is going to be one of those first rotators, going to swing out a squeaky door. Here it comes. Not going to swing out, but he's going to get a few bullets, and Synergy's here to help. He's sticking out his hand to his team. The tag team, though, is yet to be tagged. Turoto, excuse me, has got a frag. WFN finds Lyle planting the bomb. It's all over the place this round. It's suddenly a 3 versus 2 in favour of the CTs. But Fizzy, that only player without a kit, means recognised talent are going to have to find 2 to get themselves a longer defuse. Siren finding Fizzy. That isn't one of them. So 2v2 situation. HE Grenade's going to do some damage, and recognised talent. Are they going to be coming out with a round win? Yes, they are. 4-3.
Wow, Trauto's gone huge at the end of that round there. In fairness to him, I think that without his performance there, that would have been a no-go for recognised talent.
Yeah.
Anyway, on the back foot again is Havik. The money is trash, but the loss bonus maybe allows them to get a deagle, well, just a deagle onto Synergy. WFN saves his money, he's the AWPer. Moz and Bez on the dynamic deags as well. So, I never write off a deagle round, especially when people are hitting those kind of shots. An amazing start to this 8th round here. But This is not a good enough position for Havik. They cannot be satisfied just yet with that one kill. They don't have the weaponry, they don't have the utility, and a boost into heaven to reposition. Yep. Good presence of mind to rotate these players around.
The purpose of that boost, right, is they're going to basically bait out Bez, who's going to be first contact if they were to come out squeaky. And then WFN's just going to be here on the upper level. And he's going to be there, you know, as soon as they kill Bez, they're going to be looking straight down to see if a player's swinging out from the back of sight. So it's going to free up some time for WFN to try and get some 1Ds of his own.
Yeah.
Fizzy, however, he's going to be the first player, I imagine, to spot them. If it isn't, it's going to be Moz as he's playing Icebox right now. He has been seen, but there is Fizzy.
Well done,
as he
Fizzy.
gets up the stairs just in time. Moz is on top of the box, so can Havik.
So far, we're on for a team ace on the side of Havik. One for Fizzy, one for Moz, and one for Bez.